evening. Welcome to all you broken souls out there. I hope you had a good weekend. Been off for a while. Had some real life shit to do. But it's been an adventure. One of which I've always had fun. Yada yada yada. I have this set up for 8:15, but let's go ahead. Well, we'll let this play out. I like this mix. It's a great mix. Working on new ones. Reminds me of the time where I was young, going to the clubs, 9 Inch Nails, Front 242, all those nice little remixes. Good evening, broken souls, midnight dreamers. My size, Rettaman. So, Miss Friday, yes, I know. We'll make it up next Friday. I've got about 4 or 5 groups and artists who have responded to me and said, yay. Ooh, my mic is really, really loud. We're going to turn this mic down just a little bit. Why is my mic? Anyways, for whatever reason, my mic's not working. I mean, the volume is not working. That's weird. It's not working. So, let's see if that works. I'll have to worry about that another day. So anyways, yeah, didn't do this week's Friday indie showcase while I've got 5 artists lined up for the next couple of weeks, looking for more. So you can always reach me on YouTube, not YouTube, but TikTok at the Rettaman, or Rettaman811@gmail.com. Send me those requests and those inquiries as far as independent artists only. I'm not looking, I will showcase those who are signed to record labels. That's not a problem because there's a lot of small independent record labels out there. So we will do that, but nothing big, no Sony, no, anything like that. But regardless, need permission, need stuff like that. So we'll hit that back off this next Friday. Why did we not have a show this past Friday? Well, back in April of 2024, my dear father passed away. God rest his soul. And one of the things that he owned was a 1964 Impala SS Super Sport convertible, of which I fought meticulously. Wouldn't say fought, but definitely negotiated with in order to get that as part of my inheritance. And Friday was the day where I actually took ownership of that car. This was his first brand new car that he bought back in 1964. one owner, my father. And so, that was one of the things that I was, adamant, as far as getting. So, and, with my family, making sure that, this was, okay with them and stuff like that. I acquired the ownership of it. And so Friday, which was after months of getting this damn thing, into my garage, because it was a shit show, complete shit show, finally backed it up into my garage. Doesn't run. We had to tow it. Nightmare story as far as getting it in, getting it out. Nonetheless, that's why I didn't do Friday night's indie showcase. I will make it up to you this coming Friday. I promise. But that's why we missed Friday. There's been a lot of things going on in the news, from Artemis 2 to, again, Trump and Iran. We're not going to say U.S. and Iran because it's strictly Trump and Iran. Let's be honest. This is Trump and Iran. Okay, because no other president has done what Trump has done. A majority of the populace in the U.S. really are not happy. They're willing to give him some time, which they have been doing. And then you've got a lot of people out there who are clamoring, for his impeachment and removal because, they didn't like it. Because, as everybody's well known, we are tired. We're tired of endless wars. We are. It is one of those things where, when this first started off, 5 weeks ago, you can look back at my videos. I told you, I'm giving him 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 to 10 weeks. And in good faith, he has attempted to negotiate terms after 4 weeks. Again after 5 weeks, and everything that I am reading, everything that I have seen, these guys are adamant they want a nuclear program. And the one thing Trump has been adamantly opposed to was Iran getting its fingers on a nuclear weapon. It's one of those things where, when you're beaten, and the Iran regime is beaten. I mean, they've lost their entire 3 levels of leadership, are continuing to be like, we want a nuclear weapon. We want nuclear program. An oil-rich country who does not need nuclear energy. They aren't, the green people who are wanting to save the oceans and save the environment. Okay? Nobody can even make that argument for us. They just can't. Okay? They are oil rich. They don't need a nuclear energy infrastructure. They don't. Even though they keep on trying to insist that that's all it's for, this administration is not stupid enough to be like, okay, go ahead. You do you, boo. No, they're not doing it. They're not doing it. So, yeah. So last week, before the ceasefire and before the peace talks or the negotiations that Pakistan decided to go ahead and help facilitate that, Trump put out a True Social, the stupidest term in the world, a truth. He put out a truth. I hate that. It's stupid. But regardless, it's his truth. It's his platform. He can say whatever the hell he wants to say. Nonetheless, he put out a post. In many words, he pretty much stated that he was going to end a civilization. I mean, really? So what does that mean? What did he mean? If since he was a celebrity on The Apprentice, he's a troll artist. Okay, when he ran during the 2016 election, he was a troll artist. During his entire first term, he was a troll artist. During his second period, during Biden, he's a troll artist. During this second term, he is a troll artist. Okay? He knows how to communicate and be a troll. And he trolled. And he put out the whole, I'm going to devastate an entire civilization. And his last word was, God bless Allah. And the stupid pundits went fucking nuts. The left, the right, the middle, doesn't matter. They all went fucking nuts because, oh my God, we have the leader of the strongest country in the world who is not acting, quote unquote, presidential. Yeah, okay. The only people who define what presidential is, A, are those who are presidents, and B, those who report about the president, okay? There isn't an established presidential presence. It is an established norm, if you want to call it that. If that's what you want to call it, an established norm, okay? Well, the established norm is to, in the last 50 years, is to bend your ass over, pretty much. Bend your ass over and let somebody else kiss your ass. Because, or they bend over and kiss everybody else's ass. It depends on, the perspective, If you're bending over, let somebody kiss your ass, you still got to bend over. But at the same time, we're also bending over and kissing everybody else's ass. That's how it seemed. That's how it seemed over the last 50 years. Trump ain't like that. Okay? Trump is not like that. He's not going to bend over and kiss somebody's ass, and he's not going to bend over and let somebody else kiss his ass. It's kneel. It's let's come to an agreement. Let's come to a mutual agreement, or I'm going to pummel you. I'm going to make it worth your while to make a deal. He's been like that since the early 80s. If you ever look back at any of his interviews, that's the way he's been. And he has been on this point for the past 25, 30 years, if not more, saying Iran cannot have nuclear weapons. But these fucking talking point guys, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, all these guys have been nothing but, fair weather fan. These guys are the perfect example of what a fair weather fan is. Perfectly. If you follow any type of sport, doesn't matter what it is, okay? You know those fair weather fans. They are rooting for your team when they're winning. But when they have a slump or when they go down or when they don't do what you want to do, you are the biggest critic. You are the armchair quarterback. You're the Monday morning critic. And that's what a lot of these pundits are doing. They are just, biting at the nip. And that's why I call them fair weather fans. That's what they are. They're fair weather MAGA. Because they're not MAGA. Okay. And the reason why I say this is because Make America Great Again is a specific slogan that Trump used to, bring us back to not just world dominance, but cultural dominance in the U.S. as well. Okay. And a lot of these pundits that have been, just like overly critical. I mean, again, don't get me wrong. Nobody wants a forever war. We got done with Afghan and Iraq and the Bush era, war. Okay. It took us, almost, 4 presidencies to get out of that quagmire. And that's what it was. It was a fucking quagmire. Okay. Not as bad as Vietnam, but still, it was pretty freaking close, right? Yeah, we were dominant there, but at the same time, it cost us billions and billions of dollars, right? So, Gen X doesn't want it. Millennials don't want it. Gen Z doesn't want it. Nobody wants more freaking long-term war. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I don't think anybody's understanding. Neither does Trump. Neither does Trump. What Trump wants, he wants to either pummel your ass into submission or you come to the table and make a deal. He's been saying this, I don't know how many times. He is more than willing to come to the table. Okay. The difference is with Iran, Iran got no negotiating power to deal with. They have nothing to offer us. It's submission. We're going to stop bombing the hell out of you. Don't pursue nuclear weapons. That's it. That's all he's asking. That's all he's asking. Stop with the nuclear weapons. Stop trying to pursue that. And we'll leave you alone. Yeah, you can chant death to America all day long as there's no nuclear weapons. Simple as that. The rest of the Middle East can deal with you. We don't give a crap. No nuclear weapons. And what does Iran do? Iran goes, nah. You need to pay reparations because you bombed us, and we're still going to pursue nuclear weapons. We're going to still pursue a nuclear program. These are people who you cannot negotiate with. And Trump is learning that quick. I mean, he really hasn't learned it quick because he's watched over the past 20, 50 years. And when I say 20, 50 years, it's been 47 years, okay, that Iran has declared war and declared jihad against the U.S., okay? So it's not like he is coming out from left field and going, these guys are bad. It's not like he's like, oh, well, just yesterday they said death to America, so, we're going to have to do something. No, it's been 47 freaking years that these guys have been chanting this and been targeting, American, institutions by terrorist actions, either through them or proxies. He's been saying this, man. So the fact that there is a, network of pundits, I mean, I think I heard the other day, I can't think of his name now. InfoWars dude who went off on him. I mean, these guys they're fair weather. They are. It's like you do what I want you to do, and then if you don't do something today, well then, you need to be gone. It's become almost close like a freaking sport. It really has. On this right here, it looks like I've got my my damn mic like right in my nose. I'm trying to adjust that. Let's see if we can't do that a little bit better. Because I have control of the camera. Let's see if we can do that. Yep. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right. So tonight, we're going to recap a couple things. Like I said, we, recap, Trump's True Social as far as his, I'm going to decimate a whole civilization. And today on Fox News, Trump actually addressed this. So let's listen.
When I say about a civilization, it really has changed. It really has. But think of it. They're allowed to say death to America, death to this, death to... And I make one statement, they say, oh, such a big deal. Let me tell you, that statement got them to the bargaining table, and they haven't left. They haven't left the bargaining table. I predict they come back and they give us everything we want. And I told my people, I want everything. I don't want 90%. I don't want 95%. I told them, I want everything. When I say about a civilization, it really has changed. It really has. But think of it. They're allowed to say death to America, death to this, death to... And I make one statement, they say, oh, such a big deal. Let me tell you, that statement got them to the bargaining table, and they haven't left. They haven't left the bargaining table. I predict they come back and they give us everything we want. And I told my people, I want everything. I don't want 90%. I don't want 95%. I told them, I want everything. When I say about a civilization, it really has changed. It really has. But think of it.
Since 1979.
To death to America, death to this, death to... And I make one statement, they say, oh, such a big deal. Let me tell you, that statement got them to the bargaining table, and they haven't left. They haven't left the bargaining table. I predict they come back and they give us everything we want.
I love how she's trying.
And I told my people, I want everything. I don't want 90%. I don't want 95%. I told them, I want everything. When I say about a civilization, it really has changed. It really has. But think of it. They're allowed to say death to America, death to this, death to... And I make one statement.
It's kind of hard to argue that.
Such a big deal. Let me tell you, that statement got them to the bargaining table, and they haven't left. They haven't left the bargaining table. I predict they come back and they give...
So, pretty much, again, they are, they keep on saying the same shit. So, but 4 hours afterwards, this was posted. Kamali is officially dead. What is this? I have no idea. Says information true. And it's one of those things where these guys don't anything. But then again, what did Trump do? Okay, Trump orders the U.S. Navy blockade on Iranian ports in the Strait of Hormuz. He's told them open it up, or we'll take over. And it has been nothing. It has been nothing but, really. I mean, seriously. So on True Social, about 12 hours after that, actually about 2 hours after that, Trump posted this. Trump and True Social. So there you have it. Meeting went well. Most points were agreed to, but the only point that really mattered, nuclear, was not. They're blockading and in all ships trying to enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz. At some point, we will reach an all being allowed to go in, all being allowed to go out basis. But Iran has not allowed that to happen by merely saying there may be a mine out there somewhere that nobody knows but them. It's world extortion. He ain't wrong. The leaders of country, especially the United States, will never be extorted. He instructed the U.S. Navy to seek and interdict every vessel in international waters that have paid a toll to Iran. No one who pays an illegal toll will have safe passage on the high seas. We will also begin destroying the mines the Iranians laid in the strait. Any Iranian who fires at us or at peaceful vessels will be blown to hell. he doesn't mince words. He doesn't freaking mince words. They know better, but I don't think they do. I think he gave him too much credit for that line. Iran knows better than anyone how to end the situation. Yeah, well, I don't think they do. I don't think that they really know how to end the situation because they are freaking zealots. They are cultists. They don't. Their Navy's gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their anti-aircraft and radar are useless. Khomeini and most of their leaders are dead, all because of their nuclear ambition. Again, it's one of those things where, you know, at some point in time, you would think that, you know, you'd be like, okay, all right, I don't need a nuclear weapon. Not these guys. And instead, what they're going to do is they're going to try and extort. They're going to try to extort the world. But here's the funny thing, okay? Oil and gas tankers want to rush to the U.S. to fill up on oil. Look at the Gulf of America. Look at the Gulf of America. That transport is freaking huge. Okay, I mean, it is. Boats are sailing up, heading to our country. It's a big deal. It has been a big deal. If anybody thinks that Iran is winning, is severely mistaken. The IRGC can't do anything about this. The naval blockade on the Strait of Hormuz goes into effect in 15 hours. And what's going to happen is, you know, it's going to involve stopping any ship that comes out of Iran and any Iranian coastal waters. They're going to stop them. And they're going to be fucked. They're going to be fucked. I don't know. I don't know of any country. I mean, seriously. Besides blowing up their entire infrastructure, which is about what it's going to take. Seriously. And he doesn't want to do this because of the actual Iranian citizens, not the regime. And he has been very specific on this. You know, besides that one statement as far as, you know, he wants to, you know, take out a whole civilization. He has been adamant. He has been, you know, predominantly, specifically, strategically adamant as far as talking about the regime, not the Iranian people. And it has been nothing but. And I don't think Iran understands. I honestly don't. I don't think the civilians don't know, because they are in a complete and total, you know, media blackout. They don't have access to the internet. You know, they are force-fed, you know, propaganda from the regime. So they don't, you know, all they know is that, this country is actually, bombing the fuck out of us. And Trump understands this. That's why he specifically targets only the regime constantly, over and over and over again. So, we'll see. Israeli and U.S. preparing to restart war in Iran. This is, 21 hours ago, almost 24 hours ago. I honestly don't know. I think that Iran is kind of in that situation where, it's not a matter about saving face. I really think so. I don't think they operate in the level of honor to where saving face is that big of a deal to them. Because everybody else in the world thinks it's a joke. Russia's not really saying a whole lot. Neither is China. Neither is North Korea. I mean, they're pretty much, I'm not saying they're not saying stuff, but they're not really saying stuff. They're not actually coming out and saying stuff. They really aren't, because they have voices out there that can say it. And they're just not. They're just not. So I think it's going to be another one of those things where they're going to get bombarded again. I think we got 4 more weeks. I think we got 4 more weeks on this. Before I think we got 2 more weeks of Trump trying, and another 2 weeks of Trump just throwing up his hands and saying, just fucking annihilate him. It's not going to be the people, but at the same time, I think he's going to be like, yeah, just annihilate him. Just annihilate him. I just annihilate him. So, and this was kind of funny. This was about 9 hours ago. This was 9 hours ago. Let's listen to this.
And I think that's bad news for.
We're gonna block this out.
Israel is launching new attacks in Lebanon. Senior correspondent Mike Tobin live in Tel Aviv with the latest from that venue. Mike.
And Kevin, the Israeli cabinet is now meeting. Of course, the security concerns are at the very top of their agenda. But to this point, we haven't heard any official reaction from the Israelis following the president's announcement about a naval blockade. But as he spoke with Maria Bartiromo this morning, the president explained some of how this blockade will work.
We're putting on a complete blockade. We're not going to let Iran make money on selling oil to people that they like and not people that they don't like, or whatever it is. It's going to be all or none.
Now, of course, that came after talks failed with the U.S. and Iran in Pakistan. It was historic that the U.S. and Iran sat down at all 47 years since the Islamic Revolution. But in the end, President Trump said Iran's negotiators would not abandon their nuclear ambitions.
We have been at it now for 21 hours.
21 hours.
And we've had a number of substantive discussions with the Iranians. That's the good news. The bad news is that we have not reached an agreement. And I think that's bad news for Iran, much more than it's bad news for the United States of America.
Now, the lead negotiator for Iran, Mohammad Ghalibaf, posted his take. The opposing side, he wrote, ultimately failed to gain the trust of the Iranian delegation in this round of negotiations. This round of negotiations indicating that there may be another. Still remarkable that the talks took place at all. Iran had...
And see, that's the funny thing about it is we failed to gain the trust of the Iranian people. I'm sorry, but no. Yeah, no. It has nothing to do with, I don't care whether I really don't care whether we get them to trust us or not. I just don't think so. Let's see what this is. This was posted 32 minutes ago. 32 minutes ago. Let's watch this. Hold on.
I would say it's holding well. Their military is destroyed. Their whole Navy is underwater. You know that. 158 ships are gone. Their Navy's gone. Most of their mine droppers are gone. We have a lot of people, as you know, at 10 o'clock tomorrow, we have a blockade going into effect. That'll be 10 o'clock tomorrow. Other nations are working so that Iran will not be able to sell oil, and that would be very effective. But what we want to do is we want to, and again, we don't need it. What we notice and what we see and what I think is maybe my idea, maybe not, I don't know. But there are many boats
10 o'clock tomorrow
to fill up with oil
in the morning.
Then go and take it. So they're not going to go through the Hormuz Strait. And ultimately that'll be corrected. But in the meantime, they're using us. We have more oil because of drill, baby, drill. We have more oil than Russia and Saudi Arabia put together. So if you look at Russia and Saudi Arabia, two big ones, we have much more oil than they have put together. And what's happening is boats are coming over here, filling up. We don't have to go through the Hormuz Strait.
Drill, baby, with drill. Drill, baby, drill. So, I mean, kind of makes sense, It is one of those things. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens tomorrow at 10 o'clock. The Strait of Hormuz is gonna be shut down via Trump, and we're gonna go from there. So, in other news, we had a historic event, and I say historic in quotes because if I remember correctly, and I could be 1,000% wrong, but if I remember correctly, let's see here. I want to make sure. First moon. What's it called when a planet orbit? Yeah. So in 1966, March 31st, 1966, we successfully, I was thinking 67 or 68, but it was actually 1966, where we actually sent a man around the moon and then back to Earth. And that's why I put the Artemis 2 as in quotes, because while this is, a first on something, it wasn't that big of a deal. Seriously, it did not bring the people, that everybody thought it would bring, like it did back in 1966, as well as landing on the moon. So it's an achievement, okay, and it's an achievement on our time, modern history, because for whatever reason, still haven't heard anything, still haven't understood it, still haven't really, scratching my head trying to figure out how NASA lost all that information. So it was kind of built from scratch, from my understanding, is what everybody been told. We duplicated the achievement of launching a man from Earth to orbit the moon and then come back successfully alive. Okay. So good job, quote unquote, to NASA. Yay, NASA. Yeah. Okay. So? No offense. If it wasn't for Elon Musk, we would still not be thinking about the moon. And, when they, mothballed the shuttles, everybody was like, okay, we're done. We're done with space. Yay us. We're done with space. Now, kudos to the astronauts, kudos to the engineering, kudos to everybody who made this happen. Okay, great. You guys are great. All right. At the same time, the moment future generations will study the history books, Artemis 2 has launched. Again. But we're going to watch the recap. Okay? We're going to watch the recap. Ready? Here it goes.
We are going for all humanity.
The crew of Artemis 2 now bound for the moon.
We surpassed the furthest distance humans have ever traveled from planet Earth.
Look how clear those pictures
sci-fi. It just looks unreal.
This is a beautiful planet in a very special place in our universe.
We do not leave Earth. We choose it.
We have to get back. All the good stuff is coming back with us. There's so many more pictures, so many more stories.
So here's the funny thing about that is, Well, that's pretty cool. I don't know if that's actually live or not. Again, they're calling it historic, and it's just like I don't understand why it's called historic. I'm trying to actually find Splashdown. Let me see if this actually is.
Integrity copies.
It says this is short, but some of the pictures that I've watched is just so grainy. It's really weird, and I'm not saying that it's fake. I'm not saying I'm not one of those, because I do believe we did. I went to the moon, planted the flag and stuff like that. But some of the images I've seen as far as the landing goes and stuff like that has been really grainy. But at the same time, here, let me see this one. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, this is. Yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid. There's not a whole lot. There really isn't a whole lot, which is really weird. I'm sure I can go through YouTube and try and find it, stuff like that. But nonetheless, we did. Oh shit, balls. Okay, yeah. Regardless. We did get up there. We did do it. So yay on us. Yay on us for going around the moon. And yay. Not really something that, I haven't seen in my lifetime, to be honest with you. So yeah, Trump, Artemis. That's been about it as far as the news goes. So one of the things that I've been doing as far as research go into my Friday night indies is looking at different type of artists and stuff like that. And I've got a slew of them. I mean, a slew of them that I've reached out to, and a slew of them that I've got in my pocket that I'm going to try and reach out to this week, next week, and the following weeks. It is absolutely amazing how much music is actually out there and actually doing something. But at the same time, we always have to remember where the music comes from. I followed this up. Last week. Ran across this week, and this is by far one of the better ones. So we're gonna check this out. This is the Ozzy Osbourne tribute performance of War Pigs. It is by far one of the better ones. I'll be honest with you. It is by far one of the better ones. Alright, this is a react, so I can actually talk about it. We got Slash, Andrew Watt, a little bit of Duff, Hagen. Chad Smith on drums. And Post Malone on vocals.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches and black masses.
Yeah.
Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerers, deconstruction. In the fumes of bodies burning,
Flash.
as the war machine keeps turning.
Nice. He's shaking. Why is he shaking? Why is Post Malone shaking? All I can hear is Ozzy. All I can hear is Ozzy. God, Slash looks fat. Chad Smith is Chad Smith. Slash looks fat. Why does Chad Smith look fat in this? Yep, Ace Frehley. Oh, this is some, I never watched this when it was live. These are some tributes to the people who passed that years, I guess. God, Chad. Slash looks horrible. Chad Smith and Chad Smith. He's just badass. Ah, a little bit of Green Day there. Billy, what's his face, I think. Oh, the Damned. I remember them. Never heard of him, but apparently he was worth mentioning. Oh, he was in Blondie, huh? Michael 5,000 Watts, I remember that. I remember him. Boy, I'm like late to this party. Never watched this at all. I wonder if Post Malone's got some Xanax in that cup. Damn, Slash is fat. He still looks fat, dude. He still looks fat. Chad Smith's awesome. Still think Will Ferrell's better.
When darkness will stop turning, this is where the body's
What the hell is that hairdo? Hold on. 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 What the hell? What? Wait, did I miss that? Did I miss that? Oh. Son of a bitch. Oh, there we go. What the hell? What type of wig is that? What type of fucking wig is that? Really? Wow.
No more pigs have the power. Hand of God has struck the hour.
Well, this is one of Black Sabbath's biggest songs with Ozzy. It's not one of Ozzy's best songs, to be honest with you.
Mercy for the sin.
But it's kind of timely. So, yeah, I mean,
last time you coached was
it's kind of like that. I wanted to follow that along just because. But one thing I do when I come to, following, TikTok and stuff like that is actually trying to find independent artists. And, I'll be honest, now this guy I'm actually going to reach out to. And the reason why I say that is because he is fucking hilarious. If you don't know this guy, what's his name? Kill Carl. He is hilarious. He's hilarious. I don't know when he posted this.
But I'm totally chill. Just kidding, I'm talking for real. But I take my pills so I don't have a cow. And I don't fucking kill people. Countdown. 4. I'm a little hardcore. 3. All eyes on me. 2. What are you gonna do? 1. Now isn't this fun? And if you don't like it, you can touch your toes. You can go get fucked in all your holes. But if you're a fucking freak, looks like me. YOLO! Welcome to the shit show.
Fuck yeah, I'm a fucking mess, but it's my fucking game and I know how to win it. Fuck yeah, you look fucking pissed, but it's my fucking world. You're just living in it. Fuck yeah. Motherfucker, yeah, yeah. It's my fucking world. You're just living in it. Fuck yeah. Motherfucker, yeah, yeah. It's my fucking world. You're just living in it.
Listen to some of his longer stuff. He is hilarious. I'm gonna try and reach out to him and try and find out if I can't get him on. If not, I'm gonna revive this stuff like that. Now, this other group. Let me see if this is May. Never mind. Yeah, this is May. I don't want May. I want them actually. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can't find them. It's you know what? That's good. Let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna try this. Let me see if I can't find them. The reason why I say this is because this group I've been following for about a year now. And here's the funny thing about it is I want to say, and I could be 100% wrong because they really don't have, I mean, it's really weird because when you find this stuff, it's really hard to actually find more stuff about this group. I think they're from Israel. Which is, like I said, I have been following them for a bit. This is Father of Peace. And this is their newest song, Bluish. It's an earworm. We're going to listen to it.
If I saw her in the sea, would I turn my back and swim to the place I'm from? A recurring memory of the realness of her skin, but her face is gone. Is she just a wish? Why she calling me bluish? Pixel voices through the phone. Is she just a glitch? Strange and beautiful language. I feel her pulsing through my bones in a time of mystery, getting stranger and scary in the place I'm from. And I think I caught a glimpse when we messed around with strings at the theatron. Is she just a wish? Why she calling me bluish? Pixel voices through the phone. Is she just a glitch? Strange and beautiful language. I feel her pulsing through my bones. Yeah. The water is hard like metal. I think I gotta deal with the devil. I think I have to deal with the devil.
I love these guys. These guys are good.
I pour the water into the ocean, circulating motion. No direction we should go. We can take it super slow. Never thought I'd be so close to the real thing.
Yeah.
Is she just a wish? Why she calling me bluish?
Pixel
voices through the phone. Is she just a glitch? Strange and beautiful language.
It's one of those things where
Feel her pulsing through my bones.
this is an earworm for me.
The water is hard like metal. I think I gotta deal with the devil.
I want to say these guys are have been an earworm to me for several different things. Now, I will say, I did get a message from a group that I showcased a couple weeks ago. The bad actors, and they asked me to check this song out. They put a new song out on April 10th. It's called Six Figure Sammy. We're gonna listen to it. We're gonna listen to it tonight. Now, let me see if do they have a YouTube? Let me see. Do they have an actual video? Let's see.
When I started my record label, the business
ads. Okay. All right. So they do. They actually do. It actually looks like it. Okay. So they don't actually have a video. What they do have is, it's loaded up in the YouTube. This is the Bad Actors. We're gonna listen to it tonight for the first time. I think they released it on the 10th. So let's check them out. They sent it to me. Let's check it out. Check it out.
Telling tall tales is what boys do. Hyperbole comes natural when you've had a glass or two. Not so guilty as our cousin Sammy, a joiner's apprentice pulling an outrageous salary. Well, I heard her, you're speaking to I really believe it. If you're six-figure Sammy, then you're shown with some resistance. There's nothing to fear if there's nothing to hide. Now don't you go get shy, yeah, yeah. Matey, why don't you show us tonight? Matey, why don't you show us tonight? Put your money where your mouth is.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Overhearing the heated debate, a knockout in Versace legs up all the way. With lips that scream expensive taste, she silences the table and lays down some scrutiny. Well, I heard her, you're speaking to I really believe it. If you're six-figure Sammy, then you'll treat me right this evening. The price of admission is well worth the ride. Now don't you go getting shy, yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, why don't you show me tonight? Baby, why don't you show me tonight? Put your money where your mouth is. If you're really such a big shot, you don't have to tell me, boy, just show me all that you got. Sammy, can you prove it, or are you just telling lies? Either way, I'm in for a good time. Here comes a solo light.
Bad.
Takes the largest gulp of his life as he spies the Dom Perignon price, and he looks at it just to be sure and whispers, boys, this is what credit cards are for. And he said, lady, I'm gonna show you tonight.
Oh, thank you, Bad
When
Actors.
Bloomfield watched
Thank
the
you
Howard
so
game-
much for sending me that link. Great song. Great song. I appreciate it. That's what this is about. This is Friday nights, indie showcase. It's about celebrating these guys, celebrating all the independent guys who are out there producing art, producing culture, and giving us something that we constantly want to do. You can soak up the politics. You can soak up the opinions and the debates and stuff like that. But man, just enjoying the music, enjoying those things that bring us together, which is music. It really is. It really is. So I look forward to this coming Friday. My mouse. I lost my mouse. It's one of those weird things when you got multiple screens and you lose the mouse. Here are some of the things that we're gonna be working on. I got Tim Qualls. He's an artist that we're going to showcase. Let's see here. We've got we already did Felicity. We're gonna work on them. Maybe Dive Night. We're thinking about Dive Night. We've got a few others that I'm working on right now to try and get some background information and stuff like that going. Again, if you're interested, if you know any independent artist who is just wants to throw their stuff out, yeah, you can throw your stuff out on YouTube. Yeah, you can throw your stuff out there on all the other platforms and stuff like that. But to be showcased, to tell your story, to, let people know where you're coming from, what you're trying to do and stuff like that, why not? Just throw me a link, okay? Again, you can find me on TikTok, the Rettaman, or Rettaman811@gmail.com. You can also find me on X as Rettaman. Hit me up. Let me know. Until then, guys, I do appreciate everything that you guys do. Y'all have a good night.